Good morning, children. Welcome to our video lecture. We have already started with lesson number 8, How Seasons Occur, part 2, in which we have studied about Dakshinayan, Uttarayan, perihelion position of Earth, aphelion position of Earth. We have also studied about the equinox and the solstice. Now, we are going to continue with the further part of the lesson. Sun rays are never perpendicular on any of the parallels between Tropic of Cancer and the North Pole or between Tropic of Capricorn and the South Pole. Means, now the place or the, see here you can see, this is from Tropic of Cancer to the North Pole. And this is Tropic of Capricorn to the South Pole. So the sun rays are never perpendicular. They are never straight on from this position to this position. From here, I mean this entire area to this portion. And in the northern part also, from this entire portion to here, the sun rays are never parallel. If they want to be parallel, the earth has to come directly in front of the sun here. So it is not happening. That is why in this portion and in this portion, the sun rays are never parallel. They are always, they are never perpendicular. They are not right in front. They are always slanting. Okay, they are in a slanting direction. Okay. 21st June is the longest day and it marks the shortest night in the northern hemisphere. Similarly, 22nd December marks the longest day and the shortest night in the southern hemisphere. 22nd December is the shortest day in the northern hemisphere. In the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, now Arctic Circle you can see here, this is Arctic Circle. This is the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole. Okay, this much portion. And here also, this is Arctic Circle to the South Pole. So this is Arctic Circle to South Pole and this is Arctic Circle to North Pole. What happens? Let's see. In the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, the sun remains visible for 24 hours or longer. So as I said, when this particular North Pole or South Pole is facing towards the sun remains visible for 24 hours. So even if the other part, now here you can see, even if the other part is experiencing day here, as the North Pole is away from the sun, see here you can see, the entire Arctic Circle till the North Pole, they are experiencing night only. So they are experiencing night for nearly 6 months. Till this North Pole is going to be in this direction, this entire portion is going to experience night time and this entire portion is going to experience daytime because the South Pole is facing towards the sun. When it will change its position, here you can see what will happen. Now in this North Pole is towards the sun. So this, see here also you can see from this line, this entire Arctic Circle to the North Pole, they will experience day for 24 hours. There will be no night for 6 months in this period, this area. And same here, South Pole will experience, this Arctic Circle, South Pole, this entire part will experience night. There will be no sunlight. See, you can see even if the sun is falling here, this part is in darkness only. When it will experience day or night, same only when it is equinox. That time when the other part is receiving sun, so that time they will experience day and they will experience day, the other part will experience night, the other part will experience night. Okay, so this is what happens in the from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole or from the Arctic Circle to the South Pole. So in the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, the sun remains visible for 24 hours or longer. At the northern pole, the sun is visible in the sky from 22nd March to 23rd September, that is for 6 months. Similar situation prevails in the region between the Arctic Circle and the South Pole in the period from 23rd September to 21st March. Note that on the equator, the duration of the day and the night is same throughout the year, that is 12 hours each. So on the equator, now this is equator here. So on this equator, the countries which are situated in this much portion on this equator, they are experiencing equal daytime, 12 hours day and 12 hours night. Okay. Seasons have been decided on the basis of the duration of sunlight, equinox and solstice. The equatorial region does not experience any change of season. Hence, the equatorial region, the area, as I said, the portion which is experiencing, or this countries which are in this part near the equator, they are not experiencing the change in the season. They experience all the seasons every day. How? Let's see if it is given here. The equatorial region does not experience any change of season, hence the climate in that region does not change at all in the year. So the climate remains same in that particular place. In places beyond the equatorial region in either hemisphere, summers or winters are experienced one after the other. So the places which are above the equator or below the equator, in the South Pole or the North Pole, they experience summer and winter according to the change or according to the tilt of the axis within a year. The occurrence of the seasons one after the another in a year leads to the cycle of seasons. So this change into the season is leads, or it is because of known as cycle of seasons. Generally, there are 2 seasons, summer and winter, on earth. However, in some places, seasons are taken to be 4 in all. So usually most of the countries on the earth are experiencing summer and winter, but it is considered there are 4 seasons throughout the year. If we consider them according to the autumn, spring, and I think 2 more are there. So accordingly, they are known as 4 seasons. Although we experience 3 seasons, summer, rainy, winter, but all the countries does not experience rainy season. I mean, it is not a fixed rainy season. Anytime they receive rainfall. The changes in the atmosphere, vapor in the air, the wind and the precipitation also influence the season. So the changes into the climate, the atmosphere, the vapor into the air, the wind and the precipitation, all these things are also very much important, or they are also affecting the change in the season. Continuous occurrence of the rain in a specific period gives rise to an additional seasons besides summer and winter. So which we experience in India. Continuous occurrence of the rain in a specific period of time. Now we know that from the month of June to September, we consider in India we consider it as a rainy season. So where we know that in this particular month it is going to rain, but in some countries, foreign countries, it is not known, or it is not fixed time is not there, fixed months are not there in which it rains. All of a sudden, any time the atmosphere changes, the climate change, the precipitation, the vapor holding capacity into the air decreases, it starts raining, and accordingly they experience rainfall. So as I said, when we have specific seasons, so that time the rainy season is also included along with summer and winter. Due to the local conditions, seasons other than summer and winter are seen to occur in different parts. For example, rain occurs in India in a specific period. Therefore, we consider 4 seasons such as summer, rainy, summer season, rainy season, the period of retreating monsoon, and winter. There are 4 seasons in Europe and North America too. They are summer, autumn, winter, and spring. Now let's see the cycle of season and the living world. Now how the cycle of season is affecting the living world, especially the birds, the animals, the life of, the trees, plants, and all, as well as the human beings, all the entire living world. If the Earth's axis were not tilted, the same climatic condition would have prevailed throughout the year. The seasons could not have occurred. So, if the Earth axis would have not tilted, if it had remained like that only same, straight, so the change in the climate would have not occurred, and because of which there would have not taken place into the seasonal changes into the season would have not taken place. One and the same type of climatic conditions would have prevailed on each of the different parallels. So, what would happen? The same seasons may remain throughout the year. There would be no change into the season. It would have remained same, and the countries which are experiencing summer would have experienced summer. The countries which are near the above the Tropic of Cancer and below the Tropic of Capricorn, they would have experienced winter throughout the year. So there would have not been any change into the season, but it would have remained as it is. But because of the tilting of the axis, the changes takes place. One and the same type of climatic condition would have prevailed on each of the different parallels. It is the tilt of the axis that leads to occurrence of the seasons, change, and diversity on the Earth. So it is all because of the tilt of axis. It leads to the change in season, change into the climate of the Earth, and the we can experience daytime, nighttime, short days, long nights, or long days and short nights. The living world on the earth is affected by the cycle of the seasons. For example, in the region between 66 degree 30 inch and 90 degree in both the hemisphere, that is the Arctic region, we had seen the Arctic region, from there to the North Pole in both the hemisphere, North Pole and South Pole, even the mild sunlight available for a part of the year gives rise to certain flora and fauna. So in this place, as we know, they are Arctic region. So what happened here? Even they experience the mild sunlight. It is not a strong sunlight which they experience, but that is also giving the rise for some flora and fauna, some flowers, some trees to grow, some animals, they are getting some heat, at least for maybe say some time into the entire year. In the Arctic region, at the southernmost part of the earth, birds like penguins, fish like seal, and animals like walruses are found. In the polar region of the northern hemisphere, animals like reindeer, polar bear, Arctic foxes, etc. are found. People living in this region to have adapted to the natural conditions prevailing in that region. So the people who are living in that region, they have adopted, their body have got adjusted to the natural condition which are changing or happening in that particular place. Our adaptation to the climatic condition is possible only up to a certain limit, but our body, human body, we can adopt or we can adjust, our body can adjust the climatic condition up to certain level. That is why organisms prefer a certain habitat. So because of which what happen, organisms, the animals, the birds which can move from one place to another, so they prefer to have a certain habitat. They are living in that particular area. During extreme cold climatic conditions, when the food supply becomes scarce, a number of birds and animals migrate temporarily. So what happens? When there is extreme cold in the northern hemisphere, or when there is extreme cold in the southern hemisphere. So that time what happen? There is continuous snowfall occurring. So at that time it becomes very difficult for the animals and birds to get the food, as well as it becomes difficult for them to survive in that particular area. So when they understand that okay, now the winter season is going to start, so that time they migrate towards some other place where they will get enough of food to eat, and they will be able to protect themselves from very cold climate. We human beings, we can adjust ourselves by wearing sweaters, taking blanket, or putting heaters and all that. But animals and birds, they don't have such type of arrangement. So what they can do, they are moving from their original place to some other place where they will get heat as well as their food. And again, once the winter season has got over, they come back to their original dwelling place. So therefore these particular changes takes place. Trees bear fruits in the particular season, therefore agricultural seasons also depend on the local climatic conditions. Yes, so we know trees bear fruits and they are giving us fruits in certain particular climatic condition only. Like for example, we get mango in summer season, not in winter or rainy season. So all the fruits, they are growing in their particular season, and which affects their local climatic condition. In polar areas, snow line shifts north or south according to seasons. This affects migration of birds and animals. So as I explained you all, in the polar region, the birds and animals are migrating from one place to another in order that they can survive. There is one example which they have given here. Let's see. See, this is Arctic tern they had given. Once the winter at the North Pole becomes severe, this bird travels southward. So once the winter starts becoming severe, they start moving towards the southwards. When it is summer in the northern hemisphere, it flies back towards the North Pole. So again, when it is summer in the north, they go back to their North Pole or to their house or to their dwelling place. It has to travel in the search of food. In the course of 1 year, it travels around 70,000 kilometers. So as it has to protect itself, this Arctic tern, it has to protect itself, and also it has to search for the food. In 1 year, it is traveling 70,000 kilometers, and it is not traveling with the vehicle. All it has to do is with help of its wing. It has to fly and fly and fly. It might be the only species in the world that experiences summer twice in a year. So this is only a one species or a kind of bird which is experiencing summer 2 times in a year. Now how it is experiencing summer 2 times? When it is summer in the south, it is coming in south, and when it is summer in the north, it is going back to the north. So accordingly, it is experiencing 2 times summer. Due to severe winter and lack of food, crane from the cold northern region visit India, traveling around 8 to 10,000 kilometers. Once summer starts in India, they migrate back to the north. So same is with this crane also. They are going from around 8 to 10,000 kilometers, and again when it is summer in the north, they go back to the north. So this is what we have studied in our lesson number 8, How Seasons Occur, part 2. Children, I hope you have understood the lesson. Once again, I will tell you all, in case if you feel there is any difficulty, please read the lesson, go through the lesson, and then once again watch the video so that the doubts whichever you have, those doubts are cleared, or you are able to understand the lesson more clearly or more properly. Okay, so take care, children. and stay safe. Thank you.